Have you ever seen a waterfall that bleeds? Or a well that turns everything it touches into rock? What about a village where it feels like everyone has a twin? Or a city where locals randomly fall asleep for weeks? These aren't scenes out of a movie. They're actual places on Earth. From never-ending lightning storms to a mysterious cave sealed off for 5.5 million years, here are the 15 strangest, science-defying places that challenge our understanding of the natural world. Number 15. Twin Village of Nigeria. This village in Nigeria is famous for something incredibly rare and weird. It is because of an unbelievably high number of twins. Walking through it feels like your eyes are playing tricks. Everywhere you look, you're seeing doubles. But this isn't a carnival mirror setup. This is the twin village, where having a twin isn't odd. It's practically expected. Twin births here are so frequent. It's common for nearly every home to have one or more sets. Scientists have puzzled over this for decades, trying to understand why this particular area has such a concentrated twin population. Some speculate it's linked to local diets, possibly something in the water, or heavy consumption of certain yams. Others suggest a dominant gene pool running through generations, but no theory has been 100% confirmed. What's certain is that this place flips the script on what we know about genetics and birth probability. It continues to fascinate researchers, and anyone who visits walks away asking the same question: how is this even possible? Number 14. The Sleeping Village of Kazakhstan. Kalachi is a quiet and beautiful town in Kazakhstan, where something super incredibly strange continues to puzzle scientists. People here randomly fall asleep, without warning, and for days at a time. Some nod off mid-sentence, others collapse while walking. It's not laziness. It's not a local joke. It's an unexplained condition that's been hitting residents for years. Doctors and researchers flooded the area trying to identify the cause. Theories ranged from environmental poisoning to neurological disorders. Eventually, many pointed toward a closed uranium mine nearby. Studies showed high levels of carbon monoxide and other gases seeping into the town, likely affecting oxygen levels and brain function. But even with that clue, no one's found a precise, conclusive cause. It's been called everything from Sleeping Beauty syndrome to the sleep plague. Whatever the label, the town lives in limbo, never knowing when sleep might strike next. Kalachi is both haunting and heartbreaking, and still without a final answer. Number 13. Old Faithful. Now, for this one, let's head to Wyoming, where the Earth literally performs on a schedule. This is called Old Faithful, the geyser that shoots boiling water into the sky like clockwork. Located inside Yellowstone National Park, it erupts every 90 minutes or so, launching superheated water up to 185 feet in the air. And it's not random, it's unbelievably consistent. What powers this dependable spectacle is not some alien tech, but deep below, natural volcanic heat warms underground water trapped in a maze of rock and pressure chambers. When pressure builds past the limit, the geyser blasts. The whole process is like nature's version of a steam engine. Since its discovery in the 1800s, Old Faithful has wowed scientists and tourists alike with its reliability. It doesn't miss a beat. Even now, people gather just to watch it rise and roar like a giant tea kettle on full boil. And no matter how many times it erupts, it never loses its grip on awe. Number 12. The Petrifying Well. This place feels more like the lair of a sorcerer than a real site. In North Yorkshire, there's a well that turns ordinary objects into what looks like stone. Yes, seriously, just like Medusa. Known as the Petrifying Well, part of Mother Shipton's cave attraction, it's famed for transforming teddy bears, hats, shoes, and even stuffed toys into rock-like figures. The secret is not alienish. It's because the water here is loaded with minerals, mainly calcium carbonate. When something is left under the dripping flow long enough, those minerals gradually coat the item, hardening into a crust that resembles stone. What usually takes nature hundreds of years happens here in just a few months. This strange natural effect has fascinated visitors for generations. People hang trinkets under the water just to watch the transformation over time. It's not a magic trick. It's pure mineral science. And yet, it still feels like nature showing off with a little touch of medieval fantasy. Number 11. The Eternal Flame of Chimera. There's a mountainside in Turkey where flames constantly shoot out from cracks in the rock without any fuel, humans, or pause. This is the Eternal Flame of Chimera, located in the ancient region of Lycia. The phenomenon is caused by natural methane gas leaking from the Earth's crust. So it's not something mysterious. As soon as the gas touches air, it ignites, creating a never-ending fire show. These flames have been burning for thousands of years and were once used by sailors as a beacon along the coast. Even today, the flame never dies. It just flickers stronger or weaker depending on the pressure underground. Myths say this was once the breath of a slain monster. Scientists say it's geology doing its thing. Either way, the sight is unforgettable. People hike up the rocky trail just to see this surreal, fiery landscape, especially at night when the flames glow like torches planted by gods. It's real fire, eternal, and very much alive. Number 10. The Double Tree of Casorzo. In the countryside of Casorzo, Italy, stands a natural oddity, a cherry tree growing straight out of the crown of a mulberry tree. Known as the Double Tree of Casorzo or the Grana Double Tree, it's a rare example of vertical growth where one living tree supports another. Scientists say a bird probably dropped a cherry seed into a crevice of the mulberry's trunk. Over time, that seed took root, anchoring into the hollow space and using the mulberry's nutrients to survive. What makes it strange is that both trees are fully mature. The cherry tree isn't a parasite, it grows independently, but gets its support from the host. This double-decker tree has baffled botanists and amazed visitors for decades. It's become a symbol of coexistence, resilience, and one-of-a-kind biological teamwork. You don't need a signpost to find it. It stands out in the middle of the hills like nature's own impossible magic trick, fully alive. What do you think about it? Number 9. Devil's Kettle. In Judge C.R. Magny State Park, the Brule River splits into two paths. One half flows normally into Lake Superior. The other vanishes straight into a deep, swirling hole known as the Devil's Kettle. And nobody really knows where it goes. Scientists have tried everything: dye tests, floating trackers, and even GPS devices, but the water seems to disappear without a trace. Some think it connects to an underground river system. Others think it re-emerges somewhere deep beneath the lake. But there's no confirmed exit point. Theories have swirled for years, but none have been proven. It's like watching half a river get swallowed by the earth. You could toss in a log or ball and never see it again. This bizarre geological feature has become one of Minnesota's most talked-about mysteries. Despite decades of study, the Devil's Kettle continues to defy explanation, and people still travel just to watch water vanish into what feels like an open drain to nowhere. Number 8. The Crooked Forest. Well, now this one is just super weird. In western Poland, there's a forest that looks like nature hit pause mid-glitch. Known as the Crooked Forest, over 400 pine trees grow with an abrupt 90-degree curve at their base, then straighten upward like nothing happened. Planted in the 1930s, these trees defy every rule of natural growth. The cause? Still debated. Some believe farmers intentionally bent them when they were young to shape timber for boats or furniture. Others think a snowstorm or gravitational anomaly warped their trunks during early growth, but no one really knows for sure. The trees all bend north, and what's stranger is that only this patch of forest behaves this way. Everything surrounding it grows completely normal. The area has become a magnet for curious travelers, photographers, and researchers alike. Walking through it feels like stepping into a surreal, distorted dream. Whether it's human intervention or a geological mystery, The crooked forest stands as one of nature's strangest visual puzzles. Number 7. Mount Roraima. Mount Roraima doesn't look like it belongs on Earth. Sitting at the meeting point of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, this flat-topped mountain rises like a fortress with sheer cliffs towering over 1,300 feet. The top is often blanketed in clouds, giving it an eerie, floating appearance. What makes Roraima so unique isn't just its shape, it's the isolated world it holds above. The plateau is covered with strange rock formations, rare plants, and waterfalls that spill over the sides into the mist below. It's a separate ecosystem, almost untouched by time. Because of its isolation, the life up there evolved differently from what's found at the base. Explorers have long called it the Lost World, and it even inspired Arthur Conan Doyle's novel of the same name. To this day, scientists continue discovering new species on its summit. It's not just a mountain, it's a hidden world above the clouds and one of the planet's oldest geological formations. Number 6. The Hessdalen Lights. In Norway's remote Hessdalen Valley, mysterious lights appear in the sky without any kind of warning, flashing, hovering, or darting around without any pattern. Known as the Hessdalen Lights, this phenomenon has been witnessed since the 1930s. They come in glowing whites, yellows, and even deep reds, lasting anywhere from seconds to over an hour. No one knows for certain what causes them. Some scientists suggest that ionized dust interacts with atmospheric plasma. Others think geological activity stirs up rare gases. Meanwhile, plenty of people lean into the alien theories. Despite multiple research stations monitoring the valley, there's still no solid answer. The lights don't follow weather, seasons, or solar patterns. They just show up. And when they do, they move in ways that defy aviation logic. For many, it's eerie. For locals, it's normal. Whether you call it science or superstition, the Hessdalen Lights remain one of Earth's most persistent and uncracked natural mysteries, right there in the sky. Number 5. The Everlasting Lightning Storm. In Venezuela, there's a place where the night sky doesn't get dark. It flashes endlessly with lightning. Over Lake Maracaibo, the Catatumbo lightning storm rages on for over 260 nights a year. This isn't a passing thunderstorm. It's a continuous electrical storm that fires off up to 280 lightning bolts an hour. It's like the atmosphere is caught in a never-ending loop. But why here? And why so many at the same time? Well, the perfect clash of hot, humid air rising off the lake and cold mountain winds from the Andes creates non-stop atmospheric instability. That's what fuels this spectacular light show. What's wilder is that it's so bright sailors used to navigate by it. It acted like a natural lighthouse. No thunder, just eerie flashes again and again. It's so unique that NASA satellites monitor it for climate research. In a world full of temporary weather, this storm has made itself permanent, and scientists still can't fully explain why it won't stop. Number 4. Sailing stones. In California's Death Valley, there's a dry lake bed where massive rocks, some weighing over 300 pounds, move completely on their own, leaving long trails in the dirt behind them. This place is called Racetrack Playa, and for years it baffled everyone. No humans, no animals, no machinery, just huge stones creeping across the desert like something out of a prank. After decades of confusion, scientists finally figured it out. Under perfect conditions, a thin layer of ice forms overnight, and with just the right wind, it slowly pushes the stones across the muddy surface. It's barely visible, but it works. They glide, leaving tracks like ghosts dragging luggage. The process is so delicate and rare, most people will never witness it in real time. But the trails remain, proof that even the heaviest objects can move if conditions line up just right. It's one of those rare spots where the desert itself tells stories in lines. All right, guys, now let's head over to Number 3. The Spotted Lake. In British Columbia, Canada, there's a lake that looks like it belongs in an alien landscape. Known as Spotted Lake, or Kiluk, by indigenous locals, it's covered in hundreds of circular spots, each one a different mineral color. During the dry summer, most of the water evaporates, leaving behind these strange patches filled with magnesium, calcium, and sodium sulfates. The colors shift between green, yellow, white, and blue depending on the minerals. But this lake isn't just weird, it's historically important. During World War I, minerals from Spotted Lake were harvested for explosives. For the First Nations people, though, it's sacred land. They believe each spot holds different healing powers. Today, it's protected, and visitors are only allowed to observe from afar. It's more than just a visual oddity. It's a place where nature, science, history, and culture all crash together. And despite how unreal it looks, everything about it is 100% natural. Number 2, Mobile Cave. Cut off for over 5.5 million years, this Romanian cave might as well be from another planet. Mobile Cave, discovered in 1986 near the Black Sea, exists in total darkness and is filled with toxic gases like hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. Yet somehow, life thrives inside it. Nearly 48 unique species have been discovered here, most of which aren't found anywhere else on Earth. These creatures didn't evolve with sunlight. Instead, they survive via chemosynthesis, using chemicals instead of light to create energy. The atmosphere is so dangerous that scientists must wear full breathing equipment to explore. No light, no fresh air, and yet an entire ecosystem exists in isolation. It's a glimpse into how life could survive in extreme environments, maybe even on other planets. Mobile Cave isn't just bizarre, it rewrites what we thought we knew about the limits of life. It's a pocket of Earth that time, sunlight, and evolution forgot. Number 1. Blood Falls. Have you ever stood in Antarctica's frozen silence, where everything is blindingly white, then suddenly spotted a waterfall pouring out deep crimson liquid as if the glacier itself was bleeding? Well, that's Blood Falls. It looks like a horror movie effect, but it's 100% real. What you're seeing isn't blood, but iron-saturated water slowly seeping out of the glacier. As soon as it meets air, the iron oxidizes, basically rusts, turning it a vivid red. Scientists were baffled for years until they discovered this water had been trapped beneath the glacier for over 1 million years, sealed off from oxygen and packed with iron. Once it finally reaches the surface, it instantly rusts on contact with air, streaking the ice with red and orange. It's not gore, it's geochemistry. And somehow, in the coldest place on Earth, nature pulled off one of the most surreal visuals imaginable. It's eerie, brilliant, and scientifically mind-blowing, all in one. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.